Thank you for joining us today. We so appreciate the opportunity to have a monumentous dedication today. And I'd first like to begin by welcoming three members of our Board of Trustees that are able to make it today. Dr. Trevor Ireland, the chair of our Board of Trustees. Trevor, if you could acknowledge, thank you. Ms. Vicki Ann Palmer, past chair of the Board of Trustees and great-granddaughter of D.D. Palmer. Mr. Ken Copel is with us. He's the president of the Regional U.S. Bank and also Board of Trustees Finance Chair. Ken? Folks, it was 125 years ago that Daniel David Palmer dared to change the face of healthcare by introducing the world to chiropractic. Now Palmer chiropractors are sought out for their leadership, their skills, their excellence in patient care throughout the world. This morning I want to share with you the story of one of our graduates. In 1934, Homer Thompson was born the youngest of 7 children. His father, Herbert, and his mother, Anna, lived in a small town outside of Browning, Missouri. When he was just a boy, he would travel to town with his family from the family farm into town, and on occasion he would sit on the steps of the local chiropractor and wait for his family to finish up the errands that they had in town. Homer, as he sat on those steps, watched patients enter the office, usually in pain, sometimes being carried in or using crutches to get into the office, and left with health and transformation. Homer was so inspired by what he saw that he thought, I want to be a chiropractor as well. He enrolled in Palmer College, worked his way through school here at the Davenport campus, and realized his dream of being a chiropractor by graduating in 1968. He went on to make his home and his practice in Springfield, Missouri, and married his wife, Juanita, who's with us today in the front row. Juanita, thank you. And in that town, he worked as a successful chiropractor for more than 50 years. In 2016, at the age of 82, Dr. Thompson passed away. And according to Juanita, his fondest memories were his service to his patients in that chiropractic practice and what he did for service in the community of Springfield, Missouri. She remembers one quote that he often repeated, which was, "You must have a passion and a desire to help others. You may have to work very hard, you may experience ups and downs in life, but try not to be discouraged. Always look ahead and see yourself and where you want to be in the future." Juanita took Homer's words to heart and thought, how can she help students of chiropractic in this day and age? How can she help those that are following the footsteps of her husband here at the Fountainhead? This past year, Juanita established the Dr. Homer R. Thompson Memorial Endowed Scholarship. Through this scholarship, Homer's legacy will live on to help students fulfill their dreams of becoming chiropractors for the next generation of the profession and helping the next generation of patients. Until yesterday, Juanita actually only had an experience at Palmer College from what stories she heard Homer tell around the home and at practice. She had never been on campus. In her sense of telling those stories, she was so inspired that beyond the scholarship, she decided to do something in addition. She wanted to honor Homer and the alma mater in a way that would pay tribute to Palmer's history and also provide a lasting monument for the future. Today, we are proud to share an interactive art exhibit and an installation that's just behind me, thanks to Juanita's support, that will create a one-of-a-kind experience that is unlike anything on other chiropractic colleges or colleges generally with this statue. The artist of the work that we're about to unveil, Gino Terreso, could not be with us. He's actually on his honeymoon, so congratulations to him. But he spent a lot of time designing the bronze statue to live up to the intricate detail that we wanted for this project. He worked closely with our faculty, especially Roger Hines, and I saw Roger in the back. There he is, Roger. Acknowledge a lot of work from Roger. Roger's perfectly placed for this task, not only as a professor in technique, but also in the educator for the Palmer Museum Complex. So Roger, perfectly placed for this. He worked with Gino to get the detail right. The hands have historically been placed in the right position, and all of the accuracy that we could bring to life is done in this statue. We've also not put the patient into the statue so that it is truly interactive. You can lay on the bench and have the discoverer of chiropractic adjust you, unlike any other experience. This fantastic work will be the focal point on campus very soon and a destination for photos and alumni visiting campus. We are pleased today to also hear from the podium comments from Vicki Ann Palmer, from the artist's father who is with us, Gianfranco Tesoro, and also from Juanita Thompson and her son Rick Essie, who's with us as well. Juanita, would you like to make some comments? Please stand so the entire crowd can see you, because we have quite a bit of folks here, Juanita. And Juanita, if you would just stand right here for us. Just stand off to this side outside of the sun for those folks so everybody can get a sense. I had some great comments with Juanita just before our presentation today, and Juanita would tell stories not only of Homer's experience on campus generally, but Homer was one of those folks of the generation that had a dormitory here in West Hall. So we don't know exactly where his dorm room is. We're pinpointing it somewhere in this middle section, first or second floor. But she's telling the stories of not only his time on campus, but this particular area, if you think about it, is where Homer and his students at the time would study and recreate and get to know each other for fellowship and shared experience. So Juanita, thank you for your generosity of support, not only in the scholarship, but for this lasting memory. Thank you so much. Gianfranco, would you like to mention something about the exhibit that we're about to see? Get out of your way here.
Sure. Good morning. My name is Gianfranco, and I founded Inspire Artisans, which is a studio that design and develop the sculpture that you are going to see soon. I should not be here. Who should be here is my son, that is actually the designer and the person that really carried out this project. He told me, you have to be here. So here I am to thank you for this great opportunity and the honor to have done this monument that is going to be interactive with people, and it's going to last a long time, like brands last. I didn't know much about chiropractic until I had a problem with a lower back 10, 12 years ago. And I started going in Milwaukee with an alumni of you, Jack Alloy. And he was great. And he always said how proud he was to have studied here. But then when Gino picked up this project, I started learning more about what's the story of chiropractic is. And it's a great story, and it's a it has helped many people. Here I am one of them, and I thank you, and I enjoy this sculpture.
Now I'd like to unveil the statue, and after that, we'll hear from Vicki Palmer for a few words about the wreath and the fountainhead experience overall during this special day. So if I could be joined at the covered statue, Vicki, Trevor, Juanita, please, Gianfranco, please. So everybody has it on the count of 3, 1, 2, and 3. Take one without, and we'll go in. Now, Roger, you sure he parted his hair on that side? Roger has the detail down. In fact, Dan Weiner was looking at this statue and thought that one of the table legs was slightly askew. And Roger corrected him that the actual table, which is replicated here, had one of the legs slightly askew. So Roger has all the detail right. And I should also call out Dr. Kevin Postian, who's probably not with us. I know he had a meeting concurrent to this that he could not miss, but it was Dr. Postian's idea to leave the bench open for the photo ops and the experience, which is a great idea to commemorate those experiences. The wreath that you also see beside the statue has special significance. It's a tradition that was started by Dr. Dave Palmer to celebrate Founders Day. He did this as a way of really symbolizing our past as Palmer, it's a Palmer institution, the Fountainhead, and that particular wreath is something that we've recreated now with our branch campuses. So today, that wreath exists on all 3 campuses, and to keep the Palmer tradition alive, Vicki Palmer graciously pays for that wreath each and every year, and it's nice to have her with us today. So Vicki, since you're here for the dedication, I think it's only appropriate that we hear from you as well for a few words on your family and the tradition that we've started here.
Well, good morning, everyone. What a lovely day and what a nice turnout, so thank you all for coming here today. Of course, today is a very special day as we celebrate Founders Day and dedicate a statue that honors the profession founded by my great-grandfather, Daniel David Palmer. My great-grandfather changed the face of healthcare and founded the chiropractic profession with the very first adjustment. His belief in and a commitment to spinal health laid the foundation for generations of chiropractors dedicated to the health and well-being of others. D.D., as he was known, crossed paths with Harvey Lillard in downtown Davenport in the then-known Ryan Building, where Harvey served as a custodian and where D.D.'s office was located. Harvey suffered from a hearing loss as a result of a previous accident and sought the help of many doctors to no avail. D.D., believing misalignment of the spine impacts one's overall health, believed he could help, if not heal, Harvey. So 124 years ago today, D.D. performed the first adjustment on Harvey Lillard, the action for which the statue is named, and the chiropractic profession was born. Following the second adjustment, Harvey's hearing was restored, and he continued to seek chiropractic adjustments from D.D. from then on. Chiropractic continued to develop through generations of the Palmer family, from D.D., who was the founder, to my grandfather, B.J. the developer, and of course my dear father, David, the educator. I'm honored to continue this tradition, serving on the Board of Trustees of Palmer College. Dr. Dave turned Palmer School into the nonprofit Palmer College. He modernized the campus, he increased the campus footprint when he purchased this West Hall, and he elevated educational standards, which led to the accreditation of CCE and NCA. It was his leadership that made Palmer College of Chiropractic what it is today. The first adjustment statue represents more than a legacy of the Palmer family. It represents the history of chiropractic, the struggles and dedication of our early pioneers as practitioners, the generations of chiropractors who have followed, and the countless patients who believed in the benefits of chiropractic care. I also want to thank Mrs. Juanita Thompson, wife of the late Dr. Homer Thompson, who graduated from Palmer College, for providing the funds for this statue by the artist Gino Tessara, and for establishing the Homer Thompson Endowed Scholarship. Thank you so much. You will help so many future generations. You'll see a quote from Dr. Thompson on the stand that's over here, which, by the way, I've been told will be lowered. And so you can take pictures. You can put your camera on top of the little podium here. The quote says, "You must have a passion to help others. There will be self-sacrifice and hard work, ups and downs. Never give up and always do the right thing. Keep looking ahead and see yourself where you want to be. May these words guide you in your life and in your profession. Let this statue of the first adjustment serve as a reminder of how far we have come and to the bright future of limited health and human potential that lies ahead. Thank you so very much. And this is really a terrific day, and I'm happy to be a part of it. And I appreciate all that you do and all that you do here at the college. Congratulations to everyone. Thank you so much again, Juanita, and have a very nice day.
One final piece of business, I would like to also unveil today a statue that will be for sale in the bookstore online, or if you visit the bookstore directly, which is a replica of the statue behind me. And this statue is, again, something that we're very excited about. It's a commemorative edition symbolizing the 125th anniversary. There are only 125 of these available. They've been personally documented as with a certificate of authenticity from the artist, and we're very excited to make them available starting now. So thank all of you for coming out today to help us celebrate. Thank you, Juanita and family, for making this possible, and for everybody keeping the spirit of Palmer moving forward. Thank you.